Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flag. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue Octane. We got some of the best announcers in the game, the world champion, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. Of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flag. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. And today, we have a couple special guests joining us today. We got GMZ1 multiple champion, MVP. Give it up for Anthony, Zinni, Tony in the building. And today, we got a special one for you. We got a multi-FPS world champion, a 3-time Ring City L world champion. These guys won it all. These guys an animal. They calling him to go. Give it up for Shutzy. What a pleasure, guys.
W guys, Tom. W fucking guys.
Of course, man. Of course. Hey, Ant, thank you for hopping on. Same with you, Tony. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
What's up, boys? Chilling, man. Chilling my afternoon, bro. Fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, Ant, what's it like sitting back and seeing all these roster changes, bro? You're probably like, you're chilling right now. You're probably cooling it.
Bro, I'm actually loving it, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
God, I'm on the other side. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, being on the other side of that roster mania shit sucks. I mean, we've all been a part of that, right? Sam, Zinni, Chris. I mean, Benja, you've seen it from behind the scenes, working in management, right? Like, you know how stressful this shit can be. I mean, seeing all these teams kind of scatter. I mean, Sam, your team's involved in a lot of rumors right now. I mean, how do you feel about all of this, Sam? And I mean, what are your thoughts so far?
Man. Nothing's going on. Nothing's happening. We're just absolutely fine.
Yeah, everything's okay, Sam, right?
Everything's fine.
Okay. Nothing's burning to the ground. Everything's completely fine.
I don't know why we said burning to the ground, but I think everything's completely fine.
Of course. I don't know. Zinni, why are you smirking over there, Tony? What you smirking about?
It's been a while.
You're just happy, huh? You're just happy to be here. Tony, what's it like, man, being a GM, really turning Optic season around and really just being so vital to the champs run and to the back-to-back? I mean, how does it feel, Tony? How does it feel?
Listen, I appreciate that, but I don't want this.
Yeah,
The
you
boys
did
been out
this
there.
shit. Yeah,
They
you
did
did
their
shit.
thing. The only thing I want to say is this Rob Mania has been, from a creative perspective, a lot of fun. There's so many hypotheticals. I'm not sure if last offseason was this lit, but we have unrestricted free agents that are kind of unprecedented right now, right? Like, obviously, FaZe breaking up's a big story. It's been fun just talking about the potential different landing spots. Gentlemates, I think, also a big talking point, and obviously the Vegas Falcons making a statement with potentially picking up Celium and now trying to buy out Scrap. So it's been a fun roster mania to watch and not be involved in as a player.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the biggest one to talk about is probably the Vegas Falcons. So we're going to get into it. Obviously, we're going to break down all the teams and talk about roster mania. But there is a few other things I do want to talk about before we head into roster mania. One of them has been some leaks and some reveals. Benji, they're doing a Black Ops 7 reveal when? August 19th?
Yeah, so the Gamescom, traditionally, they do some kind of piece this year. It looks like we're getting some kind of first look at the game. I would assume it's probably like a trailer, some kind of creative piece, but in a couple of weeks we'll get more details on Black Ops 7.
Yeah, I mean...
I was going to say it's the full reveal, so they're going to show campaign off, and then they'll probably give us a hint towards COD Next if they decide to do that again, and maybe a beta date. So that's probably what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And this will be like the multiplayer reveal, right? Like, we're going to see like actual...
It should be the
combat,
campaign
right?
for sure, but as for MP, no idea, because they usually do the campaign first, that's what they start with, and then they go with MP after. So, I don't know, maybe they do it differently, maybe they show a little bit of both, or tease MP, but yeah, for sure campaign.
Like, traditionally, if people are maybe new to COD or don't really follow this marketing release, they always kind of do a big thing this summer, usually around Gamescom, and then later on, usually early fall, they'll do like a stand-up, what they call COD Next, where they get a bunch of creators and people in the Warzone and the MP scene and zombies, and they go and they actually play different game modes, and you can kind of watch people play the game in real life then. So
yeah,
this will be get some details, probably not every detail on August 19th.
Yeah, some leaks on the timeline. Now, listen, I have no idea who the hell this guy is, but he's saying that Slums, Raid, and Gridlock are coming back. Gridlock from Black Ops 4, and then Slums and Raid from Black Ops 2. I mean, how credible is this source, Benja, that you linked me here? Is this a credible source here? This guy knows what he's talking about or no?
He's pretty credible when it comes to like game leaks, I would say. He's in that like same category as like Hope. He also tweeted today that Standoff is another map that would be coming back. We knew coming in that like Black Ops 2 maps were going to be part of this based on some reporting and leaks we had gotten. So I don't really think it's a shocker that we're getting like Slums and Raid and Standoff, as those are like, considered top tier legacy maps. Gridlock coming in is interesting though. Gridlock coming in.
Gridlock's great, and honestly, I hope for more Black Ops 4 maps. The reason Black Ops 6 won't go down as one of the best COD games ever is because the maps were my fucking crusty ass. The maps were horrendous, and my outlook and everybody's outlook should change. Either one of two things can happen. We either need guaranteed new good maps, or just bring back the best bangers we had in the past. I'd much rather see bangers from old CODs than shit maps ever again.
Agreed. I mean, from my opinion, Tony, I think it doesn't hurt to have these old maps come in, because at least we know going into it we're gonna have viable maps that they can play and actually use. But I think it'd be cool to have both, right? I want to see like some throwbacks, but also some new maps, right? Like I want to see a little bit of both. I think we can get a little bit of both. Is the perfect situation here. But I am happy to see some throwbacks coming in. Throwback maps that we know are going to play well and play good. Do you think, Chris, we've talked about this before, right? Because back in the day, obviously Call of Duty was played at a different pace. Like, even just the sprinting, now you have the sliding and the omni movement and stuff. Like, do you think they're going to expand these maps and make them bigger? Like, maybe change the layout a little bit to just kind of make them fit better with the current movement style, or what do you think?
I mean, MW3, they did add a couple things in certain maps, and obviously with like mantling on things that you couldn't mantle on before, that also changed stuff. So I don't know. It really depends on them and how far they want to take it.
Yeah.
But if they make some changes, I probably won't be mad. Hell, if they made a lot of changes but kept like the map layout very similar in the theme, overall, I mean, I think everyone's
Fuck, I was a dog shit.
And hell, even BO4 maps, bro. Like, I think we were all begging for like Arsenal or like frequency to be added in this game, and it never did.
I want it all.
Yeah, so hopefully, more throwback maps from other CODs would be awesome.
I mean, bro, I would say that our standards on good Call of Duty maps have gone so far down over the years. Just because, like, over the years, I feel like pros make terrible maps work because they don't really have a choice, right? Like, it's kind of like you have to make some of these maps work. You're kind of just picking the best out of a pile of shit, right? But now that we have some of these old maps...
Sub-base hardpoint.
Yeah, that's insane, right? Like, that's a perfect example, Tony. Sub-base was horrible. Like,
Sub-base hardpoint was played at the pro level.
Yeah, that map was... Even the way that map was laid out.
Yeah, hey, we've had it worse. Arcalot Peak, that was the worst shit.
Don't disrespect Pete. You didn't like the growl, man?
That shit was... How many hills were there? 6, 7?
That got removed quick. That got removed quick as fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, Arcalot Peak was big as hell, bro. That was a big-ass map.
What is the worst comp map that ended up getting put for release in that?
Oh, Gibraltar. Or no, not Gibraltar. No, not Gibraltar. What's the one in MW19 with the big boat in the middle? Do you remember?
It's not USS Texas, is it? No, that's not MW19.
No. It's the big.
That was World War II.
It's the big boat in the middle. Oh no. Vanguard. Sorry, Vanguard. What's the map?
Gavitu?
Gavitu.
No.
Horrible.
Hold on. Are we forgetting?
Horrible.
Piccadilly was
dirt. Nah, guys, Gavitu's gotta be one of the world's worst.
You know what's crazy though? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This game has the worst map ever in COD competitively. Vault Search and Destroy. I'm sorry, that's the biggest piece of the Vault S&D is the biggest piece of dog shit ever made, bro. Piccadilly's better than that map.
I mean, bro, I thought Gavitu was fucking dog shit, bro. I thought.
Was great, man. I was a big Gav guy.
Actually, you actually liked it? Like on some real shit?
As an AR, it was awesome.
There's no greater build to be a top bow with an AR.
Yeah, who doesn't like Gavitu with an automaton?
Fortress Control is definitely one of the worst COD maps ever made.
Himmelat Expo was also ass.
Nah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
That map blew.
I'm taking Himmelmat over. What's the other map on the other control map? It was like red. It had like a red tinge to it. Asilo. I'm taking that map over Asilo.
No, Asilo was good in search because you had like two viable bomb sites.
I'm talking about for control.
It was not good.
Hide and go seek, bro. Soundboarding and everything. It's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, and then obviously with the maps in question, right? We have some old maps potentially coming back based on the rumors. There's also been some anti-cheat updates. Now, Ben, I'll kind of let you expand on this. What are they doing to the anti-cheat? So now, are they doing a similar thing to how CS does it and VAL, where you have to like do something in your security or something? Like, you got to do something in your PC settings or your BIOS in order to load the game? Like, is that true, or like, how's it work, man? Because I don't really understand how this stuff works.
Well, they're utilizing TPM2 in secure boot, so you're going to need to be able to have those functionalities on your motherboard and your BIOS in order to play the game. This would ideally provide them, more kernel level access to your system and be able to prevent cheats. So you have this in a lot of other titles, and I know with regards to controller overclocking, secure boot becomes a little bit of an issue, but I'm sure Chris will touch on that. But it's good to see them taking these steps. They should have done this a while ago. Is it going to stop all cheating? Probably not. These steps they should be taken off the rip. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Chris.
All right,
Go ahead.
I just want to say also the reason why they're doing this, by the way, is because Windows 10 is basically coming to the end of its life cycle, and it's way less popular that people that play PC are going to be on Windows 10 when they buy a new PC. So Secure Boot and TPM 2.0 or TPM 2.0 is necessary for Windows 11. Secure Boot is just like on by default, so they don't want people that are just buying a computer and loading up COD to not be able to play. So they're kind of making it mandatory just because it's a Windows 11 feature. People are saying, oh, it's because of Battlefield, because this. No, it has to do with Windows and its life cycle and lifespan. So, well, overall, I mean, it's definitely a good change. I mean, it's like the bare minimum. Will it stop all the cheating? Probably not, but it'll definitely deter a lot of just like smaller cheat providers from just being able to download a key and just automatically like lock in. So, yeah, hopefully it's a good change.
Okay, question, Tony, because I saw you tweeting about this with Simp, with Chris.
Yeah.
Can you overclock your controller with some of this stuff? Like, how is that all gonna work?
I mean, Chris, I don't know. I get it. Chris can answer it better than I can, but yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, so the program by default that people use to overclock the controller, you would have to turn off like Secure Boot and some other things in order to use it, because apparently like the drivers or something like that are not like verified or signed by like Windows. But Battle Weaver actually took it upon themselves to basically get the same program and get the drivers signed. So if you download their version on the Battle Weaver website, their version will allow you to do it without Secure Boot on, or with Secure Boot on. There's also a workaround that you can do. I think there's a guide to it, but I just found it easier to just download the Battle Weaver one and just load it up that way, and it works flawlessly. So.
Let me ask you guys this, because I see Big Brucey in the chat. Do you think this is gonna work? You guys think this will work, or do you think this is just another step that they take and nothing really changes?
Everybody's gonna say no. Like until, unfortunately, Call of Duty has lost like public's faith in the cheating issue. So the only way people are gonna change their minds is if it actually works. Right now, no matter what they tweet, everyone's just gonna assume it's not gonna work because we haven't had anything work so far.
Do you? I'm gonna pull up the tweet from you, Tom. It's by It's GamerDoc. It's GamerDoc is a. Yeah, I'll find it. But he's a anti-cheat guy for Valorant, and he commented on this stuff, and he gave a better description. But in short, while I find the tweet, basically what that's going to do is make it so, again, things like normal downloaded cheats are not going to be as present, but things like DMAs, which is like the real big problem in the anti-cheat like world, is probably still going to be a thing. But I put it in the chat so you can read it.
Okay, you put in the flake production?
Yeah, it's there now.
Alright, let me take a look here and see what's going on.
Those guys, like the Valorant anti-cheat guy, a lot of people are like, yeah, please come to COD, because they've been like super good at fighting the cheating providers, but you can just go and read it.
Yeah, so well, it's never too late, but it's finally good to see this happen as it does impact cheats greatly. This is a good step in the right direction for the entire gaming ecosystem. Good job to both Call of Duty and Battlefield's anti-cheat teams for pushing towards a more secure gaming platform. I mean, if he's pretty confident that this is going to work and help, I mean, I feel pretty good about it, right? I mean, any steps in the right direction to get cheaters out of the game is good. I mean, how many times have we talked about it? That, I mean, cheaters literally ruin the game, right? And they ruin the game quick, too. Like, if the game comes out and there's cheaters for a couple months, I mean, the game's just gonna die quickly.
I think the key here is that he put at the end, it says that having these things enabled is one thing, but it's about how you use them in the anti-cheat that matters the most here. And basically what I do know is that your TPM chip on your computer, they can actually ban that chip. So it'll be a lot harder for people to spoof and basically avoid bans on one PC, which is right now people can just spoof and just, even if they get banned on that PC or that account, they can spoof and then play on the same PC, you know, so there's no issue.
Yeah.
But it'll make it harder. So the harder it is, the more expensive it is for people to cheat. going to be for the system, and it'll probably reduce it, but not eliminate it.
Yeah, I think we would hope that there's more future announcements in the release around Black Ops 7 on the current system, especially with regard to shadow bans, are really difficult for a lot of folks. If they can just improve, you know, we bitch for a couple of months about to say it again. You know, hopefully this year it's not as bad on the cheater front. We'll see.
Yeah, let's switch that over. Another thing on the list is actually Barstool apparently is looking to make a challengers team. You can see Tony down there, dick sucking, trying to get involved.
No, hold on. Let's actually.
No, I'm
dick
just
suck
kidding.
it. They called me before they decided to do this. That's my opinion.
Absolutely.
Shove that cock up your ass.
Oh, he's just busting your balls, Tony. Tony, tell me a little bit about it. So they called you. They want to get more involved, or because I know you know some of the Barstool guys, right? You know Jerry the Kid, right?
Yeah, bro. Jerry watches CDL every single weekend. Mook looks like Seth, so sometimes you'll see like Mook's picture in front of Seth's camera. He's out there. Lil Sass also likes playing. They just want to get involved. And I think they're still trying to figure out like what their next step is, but I'm pretty sure they want to go to like tryouts and find a team and basically just build from the ground up. So it's just cool to see like that. It's a different world. Like, it'd be really cool if those guys could bring in like a new audience that may not follow what we do and get more people involved. So
Yeah, I think they just got to decide, you know, will they do in like a community team with tryouts, just like, you know, like up-and-coming players? Are they going to go more of like an element sort of route? You know, I think
that's what they have to decide, because I think they want to find like underground, unknown talent and then bring them to the top. But that's also like the idea of that is a lot more reasonable than like the reality of it, because it's not easy to find underground guys with no conversation around them and bring them to the top. So I think they'll figure it out as they go. But I'm looking forward to what they do.
Yeah, and I was watching their owners video last night, and I think Riley and I hopped on a call with them a couple of days to talk through a few things.
Well, it's gotta be burnt to the fucking ground.
There it goes.
What? You don't know what me and Riley is a duo?
Fucking Riley.
What's wrong with that duo?
It's gonna collapse. It's gonna fucking collapse.
What is this L? What are we dissing Riley for?
No, I'm not dissing Riley. I'm dissing you.
Well, you're in Barstool with Riley?
No, Riley hit me up. I think they just want to tap the people and just kind of understand the team. You know what I'm saying? Because it's point. They gotta understand what kind of team they want here, right? Because you can go and make a super challenger team that's going to qualify for Elite Team Cups, or you can use an opportunity to find people with interesting storylines to put them together and see what happens.
Riley's gonna try getting on the team. It's gonna be Riley, Tip, and 2.
I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest. It is really cool that Barstool wants to get involved. I mean, obviously, Barstool is such a big name in the sports world. So for them to be interested in kind of the esports world and the Call of Duty scene, I think is really cool. I think it's good for the scene to have guys like that coming in, and it's cool to see that they're passionate about it too. Like hearing you talk about it, talking about it. I didn't really know how invested they really were into it, you know. So like to see that they actually want to come in and like field a team, I think it's really cool. So I'm excited. I'm excited for them to come in. And, yeah, I'm sure the Stallions will be going up against their team if they do decide to get in, which would be really fun. It'd be a cool matchup. So we'll keep you guys updated there. Maybe we'll get some updates from them here in the near future. Let's move on to what's next on the list here. Kenny and Dashy almost threw hands. Apparently Kenny almost beat up Dashy. Now, what is this all coming from? Where is this stemming from? Where did Kenny, what was Kenny talking about? Where he said he almost wanted to fight him? You know what's going on with Kenny? He almost fought Bruce? What happened? You have no fucking idea.
I actually remember Ken telling that story. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Sam muted?
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, we should let Ant tell us.
Yeah, go ahead, Ant. What's the story, Ant?
Apparently, okay, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember. But I think it was apparently against us, like Dallas Empire. They were scrimming against us, and I guess we were just running the world. Yeah, I guess we're just running the world. And I could be wrong, like I said, but I'm pretty sure I remember. And then, yeah, I guess they were like arguing and shit, and then I guess I don't even know. And then the way that Ken said it was like, I guess Brandon was like, "What up?"
Oh,
I mean, OGLA wasn't the most stable team that year, so it was really a surprise.
Yeah.
Maybe that's escalated there.
And then I guess Ken was like, "What's up?"
yeah.
And then, I'm pretty sure Ken was actually like,
Wait, didn't Kenny say, yo, if somebody says what's up then to me, then it's time to fuck?
I knew that like whenever I saw that clip, I was telling my stream like, bro, there's literally none of you guys are gonna get it, bro, because it's like right in front of you guys.
Yeah, that was
It makes it
OGLA
so much
days,
better
right?
that It was Brandon, bro. That is fucking
Who
hilarious.
was that roster? Brandon, Ken,
Like Cap.
Slasher, Teach.
Cap.
That team was sheesh.
Wait, you?
They have
I don't know. I don't even.
That's the clip, Tom.
That's Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
Mooney and Pac-Man, or just...
Just Pac-Man.
Times, man.
I think Kenny had but I from me to an error. I think Kenny had music on during the clip that day. So.
Chalk it up then. Chalk it up.
Oh, no dog apparently too.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's hilarious. Bro, didn't Bruce get it? Bruce got into it with Don Dada backstage once. That shit was hilarious, bro. That dude, that's like,
I forgot.
you remember that?
Right?
Yeah, Bruce, he's fighting the whole league, baby.
I think it was it Miami? Maybe it was Dallas. It was in
Bro, I have no idea. All I remember, it was in the practice.
I think it was Miami.
It was in the practice area. It was in the practice.
Yeah.
All I remember.
Right, it said I'm about that shit.
This big Brucey, baby.
You guys trying to fight everybody,
It's
dude.
Batman. Big Brucey. AG just tweeted a bird. Looking around.
Ooh.
Andy just texted me. Holy fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Shots into the Vegas Falcons, $10 million a year.
They got drafted today.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Is that what they're doing?
Just when the Optic fans thought they were safe.
Wait, you tweeted another Falcons thing?
Yes, he did.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what to say.
Is AJ in the viewer list right now? Is he
He's probably in here trying to
He's
get some.
definitely tuned
He's definitely in here trying to get
He's
some.
tuned in for sure. He's tuned in. Yeah, well, that's kind of where we're gonna go next. Before we went into roster changes, I did have one more topic to talk about. Sam, I wanted to go to you here because I do think talking about this before we start talking about these teams will make sense. But Sam, you have mentioned this, and I'll be honest, Sam, I couldn't agree more with you. I mean, I've been kind of saying the same thing on my stream, but the main AR role. I mean, you have mentioned that you think the main AR role is slowly starting to go away. And I mean, I couldn't agree more, but I wanted you to kind of expand on that and what you mean by that. You know, tell people what you mean by like the main AR role kind of disappearing from the game of competitive Call of Duty. Go ahead, Sam.
I just think as the years go on, you just have to be able to do anything as a player. I think this year was the best example of it. Just being able to pull out whatever gun, soak whatever time, plant whatever bomb. Like you just your power. I was players unlocking roles previously with like dedicated main, dedicated flex, main sub, whatever. I think as the years have gone on, I think that those kinds of players, specifically min ARs, I think that role is out. I think that your Jamie Insights, I think Brandon does it really well. I think in the clip that you're referencing, I was gassing him because I think that he
Are you
played
fucking
that
kidding?
role this year better than anybody else. But I think that just having those slower, more dedicated min AR objective players, I think you just can't. I think they're more of a but I think that's just the way the esports evolve over time. The game's getting faster. You just got to be able to do more as a player.
Yeah,
Especially with you being able to...
I said there's a couple of more players. Like I think Dan kind of played that role a little bit this year. Not a necessity of their team, but I don't think it wants him. I think it's just a dying breed.
I was gonna say, especially...
Roles in general are dead. It's just SMGs and ARs now. There's not a flex. Like it's just a quicker AR. And bro, we saw Dashy bringing out the SMG this year. We saw Celium running an SMG on Vault Hardpoint. Like you have to be able to do it all.
The team comp just comes down to your playstyle, but also the game. I mean, like, these are just smaller maps where you spawn up sometimes and you see a lot of players do it. They'll swap their class as soon as they spawn, or they'll, like, run to a position and realize, I can swap my weapon here, and they'll swap to, like, the weapon for that scenario. Mid-game, like, mid-hill, like right off their base.
Skyline, they're having
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it depends on the game and the flexibility that the game allows you to play at. So, I mean, we'll see as the games go. But yeah, that's been a thing, bro. Roles have been forever dead.
I think it's starting to die, but I think this year is just like more of an example of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ant, what's your opinion on that, Ant?
Nah, I agree, bro. No bullshit. Literally what you said, I mean, I remember having like this, like talking to Ray about that. Like spawning up, and then like it doesn't matter what fucking gun you have, like even if you were somehow stuck with the sub and you had to do an AR rule, like you gotta do it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like everybody's got to be able to do everything, right? Like that's just kind of how the game's played. The game's evolved. Like it's not like Black Ops 2 anymore, where there's a team running team for somebody. You know, a lot of can't anchor, David.
Even then though, going back to that date, that should evolve mid-year. Like, we stopped having one guy rotate. It was just whoever the fuck had to rotate would rotate. That's just been dead. It's just a playstyle thing and just having the right weapons out for the right scenario. People that box themselves in a role, even for all these years, were just stuck in hindering themselves realistically.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we don't got to talk too much about that. I do want to hop into some of the roster mania stuff because that's what everybody's waiting for. And, man, some news hit the hay here in the last couple days, man. I mean, especially yesterday. I feel like yesterday is when things kind of fucking imploded here. But the first thing I want to talk about is the Vegas Falcons. These guys are dropping money. And we are starting to see that firsthand. I mean, rumor in the street was that Sellium was going to go to LA Thieves. He's a free agent, obviously, and a lot of people expected him to team up with Scrappy and Hydra over on Thieves. But now sources are saying that Sellium has signed with the Vegas Falcons, and I think we all can agree that if he's going to the Vegas Falcons, that offer had to have been really fucking good. And yeah, I want to get your guys' opinions on it, and then kind of build off that. Obviously, this is not the only rumor that's kind of hit the hay. First it was MC getting bought, and now it's also some rumors being talked about Scrappy potentially going to the Vegas Falcons and getting bought out with his contract over at LA Thieves, which I think is even crazier to think about. Because if you're Thieves, you're kind of left in a situation here where you're like, you probably got to think about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're sitting there, right? Everybody's kind of tight on money, right? Like, and then you know that Scrappy's a free agent at the end of the year. He can walk away at the end of the year. If you can get a lot of money for him now, right? Like, that's a decision that LA Thieves have to really think about. So, I mean, Ben, we'll start with you, and then we'll kind of work our way around. But rumors that Scrappy might get bought out. Rumors MC's already there and signed and will play along Fred and X-Nate. I mean, what do you think about Vegas right now dropping some money, and what are your thoughts about everything?
You know, it's funny because we talked about this last summer as a possibility, and then a couple of weeks ago, we're like, you know, maybe, we're screaming out, we haven't done a show since CWC, we're like, maybe, MC is likely to go to Thieves and be part of that super team, and then I felt like in the span of 24 hours, that kind of threw on its head, and now Falcons may get MC, Scrap, Red, X as their team. Like, that is a big get for Falcons. That immediately moves you up in the rankings, and they're going to be thereabouts on the weekend. Really, and we'll probably get into it. Doubles how we thought Colin might distribute between Thieves, FaZe, Falcons, Chaos, Ultra, Gentlemen, etc. But yeah, Falcons are here and they're going to spend, and it's really going to change the ecosystem of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Sam, what do you think about it? Obviously, Sam, I think about 2 days ago, I mean, you thought MC was going there, and it was going to be MC, Scrap, and Hydra, right? Kind of a team of three. What are your thoughts now, Sam, after hearing all the rumors? I mean, what do you think about it, Sam?
I'm sad for the team machine at EWC, and I was saying that MC is going to end up being the Falcons. I don't know. I'm happy for it, but I think it's a dangerous precedent for the league. Just how much money a lot of players deal, all that kind of stuff. It's just no one can this level of bank coming from the Falcons. So I think that, I mean, if you're Optic FaZe, Thieves, I mean, anybody that has a player that Falcons want, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. So, unfortunately, it seems as though Falcons is still an MC from Thieves, but I mean, if Scrap is on the table, if Paco's on the table, like, it's hard to say because you could just leverage these teams into, okay, if Scrap or if Thieves don't take this buyout money hypothetically for Scrap and he walks next year and then Thieves are just sitting out there sticking their hand, like, what then? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they're getting back into the corner by Falcons here. So we'll see how it plays out, but it could easily go south for them pretty quickly.
Yeah, what about you, Tony? What do you think about all the roster news in Vegas? Did you expect Vegas? I mean, we all knew Vegas had money, right? It was just a matter of, do they actually drop that kind of money? Do they actually go for it? And it looks like, they are. Yeah, what do you think about it
That's
all?
what's scary. I mean, if you're MC, like, I get it. Like, you get a bag. I'm sure that bag comes with, like, a promise or, like, a look into the future. Like, yo, this is the place that you're going to be for years to come, and we're going to keep paying you very well. Like, it's an enticing offer. And I'm sure Vegas, it's obvious that they want to build field winning teams, getting MC, trying to get Scrap. Scrap situation's tough, man. I don't think LA Thieves want to sell him, probably at all. Yeah. But depending on how far Vegas pushed the envelope, it gets to a point where you can't say no. Like, he can walk for free next year, and if Vegas really push it to where they, I guess could push it, it kind of leaves them with no choice. Like if they really start throwing numbers around that aren't even real, what do you do with your team? You kind of have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from a business standpoint, right? Like, you have to think about it. I mean, I'm sure it's something they don't want to think about, right? Like, I know Nate Shot, right? We saw the clip already with Nate Shot. He doesn't want to sell these guys, right? I just think if certain offers are hitting the table, you have to at least look at them, right? And, like, think about it because, I mean...
If they're going to pay over market the way that they're rumoring to do so, like if one buyout of a player is covering a year and a half, 2 years of operating costs for Thieves, like that's a serious conversation that needs to be had, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, realistically, right, if Scrappy was to go to that team, right, and it was MC, Scrap, Pred, and Xnid, do you guys like that team?
No.
You don't like that team, Sam? You don't
Not
like
even
the team?
not like genuinely no bias. I don't like that team.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, comms-wise, listen, we were saying this before the show. If I can't understand what Salyum's saying half the time, Xnid's going to be in hell, bro. I mean, he's going to be listening to MC's comms, looking back at his play, like, what the fuck did he just say?
Needs to be like a really, really, really good player. That is gonna be a team.
Yeah. That kind of
Isn't that like essentially the hardest position? Like you've got to know how to play off his teammates. It's like, isn't that just like a task for him?
Dude,
Like,
it's
considering where he's at
super,
the
super
whole-
hard.
He's got to be focused on his team over himself. Yeah, it's going to be
Well,
difficult for him.
and there's more pressure now. Like last year, when you start off with the full Saudi team, he's like one of their shining stars. It's like, hell yeah, he's kind of hyped despite the team's lack of performance. And then they bring in players like Alex. It's still not a roster where he's feeling like the most intense pressure. Now, if you're sitting next to Fred, Scrap, and MC, you understand that like you have to perform. Like there isn't really a choice. Like it's now or never type situation. But I think it's definitely going to be a lot on his plate. I know he's still trying to learn better English, and I just think the team's going to struggle initially unless Xnid can just fill the role he needs to fill immediately.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a possibility. Like I'm not trying to. He learned how to play competitive baseball at like the highest level because Search and Destroy was like the main thing as like their Call of Duty experience. He learned how to play baseball at the highest level, and now with a roster like this, you would be asking him to transition into something that requires like the most amount of game knowledge. It's just bouncing off your teammates, and like that is just like an insane ass, insane amount of pressure to put on this kid's shoulders in a year too, in my opinion.
Hey, Pat, Xnid, Pred, MC, and Scrappy. Do you like that team, Pat? Absolutely.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank-
Appreciate your insight.
Thank you for
Always a
joining.
pleasure to hear from Pat.
Always a pleasure. Is he, I'm confused. He just joined. This might be he's not join and leave his setup. What's wrong with this guy?
Good insight.
I mean, yeah, I definitely think I agree with Ant. Like, Xnid kind of has to be like that role player, right? I think the language barrier is gonna be the biggest thing. I mean, then I know you talked about MC's comms, right? And you kind of have Xnid in there who like English is not his first language. So it's like, how's the teamwork gonna be? The camaraderie, right? The chemistry. Like, how's it gonna work? How are they gonna be in game? Like, there might be some issues there for sure. But I'll be honest, like, based on the tweets, based on everything that I've heard, like, they really like Xnid. I don't think they want to let Xnid go anywhere, right? Like, I think they like him. I think in Saudi Arabia, there's guys like Justin Bieber walking around, like, they love this guy, right? And what's there? I mean, it's hard to not like him, right? You gotta love Xnid, bro. He brings such a positive energy to the team. He's obviously got a lot of potential and a lot of talent, right? It's just about, you know, at the highest level, right? You gotta have more than that, right? You gotta have teamwork, you gotta have camaraderie, chemistry, and I just don't know if they're gonna be able to put that together. I really don't know. And obviously, you hear me now? Yeah, we hear you, Pat.
There we go. Yeah, no, I said that team is horrible. I mean, that team's lit. That's not gonna work.
Why not that?
I mean, bro, like, what do you mean? I don't even think Fred and Xnid were like that special. I mean, they were good. They were solid. We also don't know how well Scrap and Cell will work on a team with slower stuff, assuming even if Xnid speeds up. Listen, I said it, the team to be made this offseason, it has to have Fox. I'm doing Cell on the team, but we gotta get Jordan. And I don't know if Falcon is willing to spin. I don't know why they're not calling Toronto. I know Adam was like, oh, we're not selling Jody. Shut up. If you get an offer of the numbers that we're talking about, you are literally listening to the Saudi government what they pay for the team. But yeah, I don't think this team is that great. I think it's going to be a good team, but I don't think it's anywhere near the amount of money that's being spent for the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as much as they're spending a ton of money, like at the end of the day, they're just taking risk with Exodus. It's not that Exodus is bad. It's that more so like you're getting 3 superstar caliber players that have had long since in the league at playing well, and then Exodus just a question mark, and you're asking them to play a role, like a support player role, which is, let's be real, that's what it's gonna be. If you're gonna buy into winning and purchase players that are winning players, superstars in their own right, I feel like you just go all the way in. And I also understand why they're not getting rid of them. So it's just like a weird team.
Well, hold on. I mean, look, I'm happy for the players. Like anyone that's getting paid, congrats. Like I'm all for that. But this is awful for the league. Half of these teams are on like minimums or close to it, and then you got like this one team that's just hitting record salary numbers.
Well, now, and what happens if
That's why I said it was
comes in?
dangerous precedent.
Like, what happens if more Saudi teams start getting involved, and then there's 2 or 3 teams that are doing things like this?
I think it's like I'm surprised. Maybe this is happening behind closed doors. I'm surprised like the other orgs aren't fucking livid that this is going on.
Like I assume per league rules and like the charter, teams would have to approve the sale of any ownership. So they knew last summer when Falcons came in that it was going to end in this. You know, like they knew what they were signing up for. And if not, then I have a million other questions.
Yeah, I see people in the chat talking about a salary cap, and Ben, I know Adam will talk about that a little bit. Talk about that, Benji, a salary cap. We probably won't see a salary cap, right? We probably won't.
Yeah, pull up my tweet. So, and we'll talk about the there used to be a bit of balance tax in Overwatch League and CDL. Essentially, once you see the number was in CDL was somewhere around $1.5 million. You were taxed every 100% of every $1 you spent after that. And what happened is that for U.S. labor laws, you are not allowed to have some kind of competitive balance, kind of salary cap, without the players having an employer-employee type of agreement, like contractual bargaining agreement. So they were investigated by the Justice Department and settled. This was in 2022 or 2023, I think. And so, you know, as part of that, there's no longer a competitive balance tax. And so obviously, Caesar on the screen, and I'm actually responding to my tweet mentioning Riot was one of the government-funded teams in the LAC, which did nothing. Then I asked him about, like, is there any way in the CDL around this that you could do some kind of competitive balance thing? And he just basically said no. So I think, again, the owners, if they knew what they were getting into in this situation. I don't. Many owners come out and say, well, like,
refund though, no? This is before they gave the repeat cost was.
This was part of the clear the timing on when this was settled because the investigation was really
No, not this. I'm talking about when they agreed to let Falcons in. That like they
No.
did the refund.
That was
before
after.
the refund thing, no?
No, that was after, because they had to pass the team participation agreement in the spring of last year in order to allow for the EWC competition, and the Falcons thing went through, I think, after EWC.
Yeah.
I don't.
When did the refund happen? That was before all of this. Is what I'm
I
saying.
think the refund had happened, I think, 6 months even prior to the TPA thing, because they had done an overlay. I assume they didn't issue the CDL at that point. That was been about 2 months prior to that, I think.
I mean,
Yeah, so that happened first.
I mean, bro, they host a tournament yearly where the winning organization wins $10 million. Like, the orgs aren't going to say, no, don't let these guys in.
they're not gonna say that. Yeah, I mean, the more money being pumped into this, the better it is probably for them, realistically, right? I mean, even with them just selling players to these guys, I mean, it's just like some of these orgs are hitting a come up.
Yeah, orgs may love this shit.
Yeah.
Orgs may be like, oh, fuck yeah, we got someone they want. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, but you're talking about that's very few though. Like I'm talking about
Literally
the majority of the
phase
league.
these.
There's
not
three
trying to be a
teams that the
prick.
Falcons are buying from.
Bro, I'm not trying to be a
We're
prick, but
thinking
like,
about this wrong, bro. They're like, Twisted Minds, bring them in. Let's fucking go. Let's get them all in.
Yeah.
But it's the same problem. There's only 3 teams that have talent. The other 8 teams are still getting bumped.
but it's always kind of been like that. I think it's anything to this point. It's gonna squeeze out eventually your budget, but it's not squeezing out the feeds and the phases and the optics of the world. They're still going to come. But they're still going to be competitive though. If you
No, I know, but I'm saying,
Falcons
like, you
can't
have
sign
to-
8 players,
the
bro.
financial
They're only
shift
at
of the
4.
league has been
Draft like there's only 4 good players in the fucking league.
It's the Falcons.
Hold on. Just to understand, it's not like there's only 4 good players in the league. And as we saw this year, you can argue the second or third best team in the league was Vancouver Surgeons. I don't think those guys didn't fucking match amounts of money last year.
But the reality is, like, the way that it progresses long term is, as an org, even if you have top talent, you know, like, once that one person is done, you're losing your best player. So there is, like, Joe DeCease, for example. Toronto right now is like, oh, Joe DeCease is fucking, like, he's our guy. We're never selling him. Okay, as soon as his contract is up, Falcons is going to offer more money than you can, and you lose your player instantly. Like, that, it's just going to be a repetitive cycle. Like, Falcons, if they are spinning the way they are, will always be able to do this year after year after year.
They're strong arming the buyouts. Like,
Yeah,
you either take the 7-figure buyout deal, which
or
before
you just offer more money in the contract when their stuff is up. They
All
just
I
lose
say,
for
Pat,
other
is that
teams.
is that you guarantee that those Falcons are going to win. Yeah,
Bro,
a lot of money for
with the
this year.
salary numbers I'm hearing, about
It's the result.
I'm just telling you that gets you talent, but it won't necessarily get you championship.
No,
It's
the
still going
result-
to
For now,
be
though,
a
man.
season league.
This
Man,
has
I
nothing to do
agree
with the
for
results
now,
of the
but
team, though.
eventually, all the darts are going to hit bullseye, brother. If they're spending the way they're spending,